Good day. I hope everyone is doing well. The continuation of the videos on the bibliographic database continues. So I'd like to continue. I'd like to share with you what we have done so far with respect to the bibliographic database. So the last time, if you check the YouTube channel, you can see that I have already shared how to set articles using Scopus, and also how to set articles using the Google Scholar. So today what I'll do is I will take you through how to set articles using the Web of Science. Without wasting time, I would like to take you to what's the meaning of Web of Science. What is it? What is Web of Science? So a little search on Google, and if you go direct to the Wikipedia page, you go to the Wikipedia page to give you an idea about what Web of Science is about. So let's go there. So this is what we did the other time. So the other time, look at Scopus and we also look at Google Scholar. So today I'll take you through Web of Science. So how to save and export the data. So let's go back to the Google Scholar. Normal Google search results. Web of Science. So when you check the Web of Science Wikipedia, it gives you what the Web of Science is about. So Web of Science, also known as, used to be called the Web of Knowledge. WA. What is it? It's a paid access platform that provides typically via the internet access to multiple databases that provide reference and citation data from academic journals, conference proceedings, and other documents in various academic disciplines. Until 1997, it was originally produced by the Institute for Scientific Information. Currently, it is owned by the Clarivate. Okay, so just like how the other databases work, the Google Scholar and the Web of Science, the Scopus, the Web of Science also hosts a number of academic journals and also conference proceedings. So what are academic journals? Academic journals are called scholarly literature or scholarly sites that publishes periodic articles in which scholarship relating to a particular academic discipline is published or put out there as an output. So academic journals serve as permanent and transparent forums for presentations, scrutiny, and discussion. So normally they are called the peer-reviewed journals. Peer-reviewed journals. But then they also publish conference proceedings, just as the Scopus and the Google Scholar they do. Okay, so currently the company that is managing this is Clarivate, but it used to be managed by the Institute for Scientific Information. So originally, the person who came about with this whole idea was Eugene Garfield. So if you want to read more about how the Web of Science came about as a result of what we call the citation index, he built a citation number. He has been considered as the father of citation indexing of academic literature. If you want to read more about Eugene L. Garfield, you can go to his profile and read more about him. Okay, so what does this Web of Science What does it do? What is it about? So just like Scopus and Google Scholar, the Web of Science hosts a number of collections, and basically they have been categorized into six. So we have the Science Citation Index expanded, and this covers 178 scientific disciplines, 9,200 journals across 178 scientific disciplines. So, which is so it's part of the Web of Science core collection. And then you also see Social Sciences Citation Index. And this collection of indexing also consists of 3,200 journals in the social sciences, art and humanities citation index, emerging source citation index, push citation index, conference proceeding citation. So all these things are hosted by the Web of Science, just as you can also see in Scopus. Originally, the Web of Science has some languages, not all languages, where these databases are hosted, include the Chinese, size citation index within Brazil, Spain, Portugal. Brazil and Portugal are Portuguese, and Spain is more Spanish. And then they also host one in the Korean language. Then there's also a Russian language, then Arabic regional citation index, which was started in the year 2020. Okay, so these are some of the things that you have to know about them. I mean, about Web of Science. Web of Science is very popular because Web of Science, just like the Scopus, has something called the Pablo, which has a way of helping peer reviewers or researchers, researchers. This is where you can put your profile, and then if there's a journal that is looking for someone to review the article, they can get in touch with you, and you can review the articles for you. So it's more of like researchers' profile sites. It works just like the or set or set or all set. Yeah, so this. So you can also have a look at this. So Orised, Pablon, or Publon, they work together. Okay, so yeah, I mean, okay. So what next? So now we have the Web of Science, but the question is, how do we get into the Web of Science? It depends on where you are looking at this from. Okay. So in this context, this is a little more of open, but there are situations where you don't get access to this as I have access to that. In a situation where you don't have access to the Web of Science, what you have to do is that you have to get access to it through your school, the university. To get access to it through your university. So how do you get access to it through your university? So you can get access through your university by doing this. So for example, if you are in Western Sydney Uni, go to your school library, in the library that you are in, you go to the library, and then you search for the Web of Science. It depends on the university that you are in. So I'm using my university as an example. So here, I come to the database, which W, which within which I will see the Web of Science. When I click on Web of Science, to open the portal for me, just like how the Scopus and the Google Scholar work. They have documents, cited references, and structure. I'm using the document to find documents. So what do I want to search? Here I want to search for social media. I want to search for social media and climate change. that are set terms with the similar keyword. Okay, so I search for these two terms and I'm getting over 189,400 citations. Let me try and limit it to a country. In this context, I want to limit it to Australia. So I want to limit it to here. Yeah, so it's too much. If you do also just like how we saw it in scope is going to be too much. So I just want to focus on the topic. Okay, so if I'm going by topic, not all of but normally it's advisable for you to use all the field. So I'm going to look at the studies that have yes in there. So I'm getting this. Okay, so if I want to export, what I have to do is just as we did this for the scope, you have to go through. But first, you have to do the filtering. Yes, if you want to export all, then you click on this, then you select all. But if you want to select some of them, then what you have to do is then the filtering of criteria has to apply. So with respect to filtering, I want to limit it to review article. So in this context, I just want review article. And I want articles which have been published in the last 3 years, since 2020. My focus is really on articles, document type articles. This one is not needed. Yeah. Then when I go to language and select English, that's all that I want to refine. So when I refine this, I get 1,124. With even still the 1,124, I can decide to select some of them. Let's assume I select the first 10. I consider the first 10 to be the most important document. That's just an assumption that the most important document as far as this search result is concerned are the first 10. If the first 10 are the most important, then I have to export them. How do I export? So after selecting them, I can just go to export. It depends on where you want to export it. If you have an EndNote online, you can export it to EndNote online. If you have an EndNote on your desktop, just like as I have on my machine, then you have to click on EndNote desktop. If you want to add it to my researcher profile, which will come in the public, you can do that. In text, IRS, and so forth and so forth. Excel and all that. So I'm going to do Excel, then I'll also do the EndNote desktop. I click on this, I click on the not all reports, you have selected 10. Yeah, so 1 to 10. They are the ones I'm interested. So here you can decide to choose. Do you want the information on author, title, and source, or you want full record? or you want full record and cited references, or you want custom selection. So you can edit. In other words, you can determine the kind of things that you want to see as far as your work is concerned. But in this context, I'll decide to choose all because of the way that I need to work. So that I can decide to choose all that. There is all, and I click on export to download for me. And once I get the download, now I can open it. Yeah. So let's see how it's working and how to come. And wait. And go to library. Yeah. So, and that is choose any of them. So that's when I choose this. If I choose this, yeah, it automatically open for me. Okay. So I have this. Okay, so I have my 20. Yeah. So that's how you export such as from the row of science to EndNote. If I want to do it to Excel, then I have to come back, select my first term, as I did, my first term. So the first term, which I consider to be the most important outcome. The most important outcome, first term of the most important outcome. For my search, I'll just export them to Excel. Okay. So 1 to 10. And then here too, I can edit as to the kind of edit I want to customize editing. So here I want the title, the author, the names of the authors, the title, source, all these things I don't need them. Document type, yeah, not necessary though, but citations, yeah. Cited references, funding not needed. Cited reference counts. Yeah, I mean, you only need it when you're going to do the citation analysis, but if not, then I don't see it to be important. These are the most important things I need. I just click on export, and it will open in the Excel sheet for me. About a pen. The publication type is journal or test, and the need is for the books. So when you get the result from the Excel, you have to do some small work for some of the things that are not columns will not appear, and they are not needed, so you have to take them out. All these things are not needed. Because it's automatically set up the templates. So even though we didn't select them, they automatically came. Yeah, so that's how it works. When we need a publication, yes, important to published. All these other things are not needed. All irrelevant. Okay, so yeah, so that's how you go about this. Yeah. So what about if I want to save? If I want to save, what you can do is you can decide to go for sorry, like if you want to save and then come back in future, what do you do? What you have to do is the first thing, can set alerts. Yeah, like it's more like you are saving your searches. And also decide to add it to your mark list. So all these things are, you can decide to put in all these things in your art list. You can create an art list. You have a marked list. You can decide to do that, or you can create one. Because assume I'm doing on social media, YouTube, that will change. You can add them. Yeah, so I've added the 10 my mark list. Later on I'll open the mark list and cut it together. Then you can also decide to set alerts. Setting alerts, you can also name it social media. Email me for the email me with alert is like when you get any new article which is related to these things, you get an email alert. Or as you are doing this savings, you get an email alert. Any of them. So here we don't need that. So you just click to it. And that is okay. Now let's go to see whether you were saved. So first we can go to mark mark list. Okay, so I click on mark list. We have 3 categories. And when you look at the categories, you use social media and climate change. So when you open that, it will just give you the 10 items that you see or you marked. Okay, and then so that's for the mark list. But if you want to look at the alert that you created, you go to view your search history. And if you in your search history, you see the create alerts. Okay, this one is best. To give you the history of the searches. Oh, okay, sorry, so it's a mistake. I'm supposed to click on. Yeah, so this one will just give you the history. This will just give you the history of the searches that you have done, that we have made so far. Yeah, so yeah. And then if you want to check the saved searches, so saved searches and alerts. So you go to click on this, go within the menu, my web of science, then click on search alerts. So you click on that, and then when you check, you see the ones that you have saved. So the recent one that we saved was this, which is today, or which was today. So when you click on it, you get more details about that. Okay, and yeah. That's how we would. These are the alerts. And these alerts will assist you when you are doing future analysis, including searches. Like if you want to go around it, things will help you. So Yeah, so these are the things that we have to know. We also have citation alert. We also have citation alerts whenever there is a citation of any of the documents that you have saved, you get alerts. And this you can get this thing through emails, or when you come back, if you come and check, you can get the this, or you can go to the problem process alerts. You can get that. Then general alerts to the same. Yeah, this is to create and maintain a list of journals that you frequently read with current content connects. And then we also have data search and author. And like the author alert is more like a particular author that you want to follow. Yeah. And the recommendation alerts. All these things are somehow similar to what we saw in schools. Yeah, so that's it for now. And I think it's been good having you and taking you through the world of science. So the next presentation that we look at, or the next area that we look at, is we look at the PubMed. Then after the PubMed, we look at the progress and draft. And then we'll go deep into the databases which are so familiar in the social science and in the medical science fields. Medline, Cochrane Library, MBs, SynHow, and Site Info, and the rest. So take care. Let's see you soon. Bye bye.